I intend to develop myself in a positive manner. I intend to develop self-discipline in order to bring out the best in myself and another. I intend to be a learning class, constructively and defensively.
I can't.
Or offensive. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. So, what you tell is that you never check your back leg. How would you do, right? You didn't check your back leg like that, you're leaving stuff open for those, right? So, you're against kind of block. Now, when you do it, it's going to keep me on the inside of the leg instead of the outside. So, you do on this side of the leg. Instead of going out like this, you turn it across the body like that, and still checking with the same leg. We're a multi stance, we're walking, we're marching. We're going to leg up and turn it across the body. Stop. Yep. And going. And again. Our shoulder, not shoulder. Elbow position to do the same as you so. When you march it and check it. And turn and check it. And check it. Next week, guys, look on your own. Good work.
Yes, sir.
Hurry up, shoes off, let's go. 35 minutes ago. Did you really activate the other day? Rub it in, rub it in. Try to stop, hurry up. We got hands on. Good, I like that now. So we'll be here and still on one side arch. We're going to throw a kick, or we're going to imagine they're throwing a kick to our outside of our leg. We check it, and we fire our backward ground kick right away like that, and we go to the back. I know sometimes we do a ground left kick and stay all the way around, not in the side. Sometimes we kick, go straight back. One more time with you, we're marching. We check the kick, we fire our backward ground kick, we go straight back. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Good work.
Yes, sir.
And we're out just now a little bit. We're here. It's one time mark. Now we're going to our jab, our cross. If you are leg check, we go back and down that. We're here. We're in one time mark. So our jab, our cross, we check the leg, and we fire the back leg down that back. That make sense?
Yes, sir.
Guards up and forward. Guys, hands on. Position. Step and your.
All right, so now jumping right into performance check for self-defense. Ready? Neutral stance, position, and front choke. Position, side choke. Position, back choke. Position, and wide right hand. Position, push. Position, tackle. Good, and relax for a second. So, in terms of the movements were all good. What was missing? Intensity. There was like no intensity. I didn't hear anyone except for a couple of times with like some snake sounding sounds, right? So, pump it up, put some intensity behind it. If I'm doing front choke, it's gonna look like this. Somebody's choking me, I'm gonna do yeah! Right? Intense. Let me see it. Position! Do it again. Front choke. Position! Side choke. Position! Back choke. Position! Wide right hand. Position! Push! Position! Tackle! Much better. Position! And push up position! 10 to 15. Ready? Go! 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 Bend those elbows. Go! Get that check on that. Go! 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 Go!
Nice work,
Good,
CT.
and jump right back up. All right, so now this next level of self-defense we're going to do, I'm going to call out the moves a little bit faster, but we're not going to go to position in between each one. So I say front choke, you defend against the front choke, and then you stand your guard. I say push, you defend against the push. I say side choke, you go right into the side choke. I say punch, and then you defend against the punch, back choke, right away you're defending against the back choke. So this is like you have 5, 6 people around you, they're all attacking you nonstop, you're beating them all up, but they just keep popping up and coming back at you, right? Think slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So even though it's going quickly, I want you to take the time to make sure you're doing the moves the right way. Because suddenly if I go front choke and I'm like, was that effective? No, it's just very sloppy, but I'm better off going, ayah! Right, and then we wait for the next move, right? Let's see it. Position! Front
Team.
Punch. By the way, for the wide right hand, I'm just going to say punch. It's much faster than saying wide right hand. Punch. Tackle. Not choke. Not choke. Not choke.
Nice work, Zoom team. Keep it up.
Tackle. Push. Punch. Choke. Punch. Come on, keep it up here. Not choke. Tackle. Not choke. Punch. Not choke. Not choke. Punch choke. Tackle. Punch.
Nice work, guys. Keep it up.
Push.
Keep going. Good work.
Punch. Not choke. Tackle.
But don't be sloppy.
Not choke.
Play with strengths and everything comes.
Punch. Not choke. Tackle. Push. Punch. Tackle. Not choke. Not choke. Not choke. Tackle. Not choke. Punch. Not choke. Tackle. And time. And deep breath. All right, so we're going to do a quick kata check. We're not going to do a ton of review with your katas. I'm just going to do a quick progress check on them though. So make sure your gloves or whatever else is out of the way so you can do short one, long one, or even set. And everyone's set up for a short one kata. Neutral stance. Position. Step check. Position. Lift yourself. Short one kata.
Yes, sir. Short one.
Set. Your seat. Set it back up. And neutral stance. Position. Long one kata. Mystic box. Come on, play it out. Let's hear you. Set. Courtesy. Send it back up to that one again. Right? Remember with this kata, the breathing is I go block, punch, block, full key. Head transfer. Outward block, punch, outward block, full key. Right? Head transfer, upward block, punch, upward block, full key. Right? So it's tira, 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 aisa, aya, tira, 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 aisa. Right? And again, pump up the breathing. Position. Long one again. Wrist cross. Go ahead.
Long one.
Pull the hands back. Feel good. Set. Courtesy. Move to the back of the square. And foot set kata. Single time corner. Ready? Position. And foot set kata leading from the back. Miss Freedor.
Yes, sir. Kata. What's that?
Come on, let me hear you breathe. Full key. Set. C. And Caesar.
Caesar, one, sir.
All right, we have a 2-6-2 award. Give it up for white stripe for self-defense, Mr. Need. Good job, Need.
Good job, me. There.
And give it up for Miss Ella. Give her some round of applause. Everybody say, good job, Ella.
Good job, Ella.
And Mr. Will, give him some energy. Everybody say, good job, Will.
Good job, Will.
And moon strike for short on long line and book set counter, Miss Emily. Give her some energy. Everybody say, good job, Emma.
Good job, Ella.
All right, so now right from here, this is fun kicking drills, like close attention. As we do the kicking drill, the idea, we're going to just warm it up with that like roundhouse kick, but then the idea is one side is feeding a skill, and the other side is blocking the skill or defending it just to respond. So, this sounds good.
And guys, so again, you can't just start off, you get their back leg down, you're here, you go back leg down, and come straight back. One thing I want that whenever doing this, it's hard to take any harder. It's the back leg down kick, the hardest kick you can have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sir.
Guards up, stand up and guards up.
And actually, just for right now, really quick, everyone put your gloves on, because then you have them on, we don't have to stop in the middle of everything else.
And guards up, let's get it one time. And go.
Yes, sir.
See these awesome looking kicks, Zoom team. Drive those hips all the way through. Nice kicks, Jocelyn. Look at that bag moving. Boom, right up to the head every time. Fire them strong. Pretend somebody's right in front of you. You have to fire that kick hard. Tommy, Patrick, nice kicks. See, get that hip all the way through. Nice, good height, Kylie.
And then one side, everybody facing the camera and the wall. Then you're going to throw just your back leg down there. The whole thing as well. The side facing the mirrors or the windows. You guys are going to wait, watch, and once they throw the back leg down there, over the throw, and I'm checking it. So right when you start to see and throw, you check and you fire your back and then have to play back. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. And forward.
Yes, sir. So for Zoom team, you guys are going to practice just a leg check into the kick again.
So you guys are just going to be here on your own. You're just practicing check, and then part of the kick, and then you're right back to your guard. You check, and then lead that roundhouse kick right back. But it should be much faster. I'm doing fast on this side. So leg check, part of the kick, back to your guard. Leg check, part of the kick, back to your guard. Lead leg, back leg. So checking with your lead leg, and then quartering the back leg.
trying back up. Is that make sense? Guards up.
Time. Does that make sense to everyone?
Sir.
So why did it only sound like this? Fire it up. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Good. Back to work. Go.
Yes, sir.
You're not going to win. All you're going to do is that round. Deep arm. Wait, let's wait for the deep breath. Time to get back to the start of the quarter.
And the Zoom team still do the same thing, practice a check and the kick. But if you want, just kick with the other side. So now you guys might go this way, so you're here, and I'm going check, and then I kick with the same leg instead of checking and kicking with the back leg. Remember, check first. Check, so the knee comes up first, check, and then kick. That's it, Shivansh.
So people that are throwing the people facing towards the wall, and people facing towards the camera, they're set, and they're gonna throw this. Jab cross, back leg dumbbell, and everybody facing towards the mirrors and the windows are still checking the kick and finding their left hand. Just like 7 times. Guards up. And forward.
Time. I heard Emma.
Guards up. And forward.
Yes, sir.
You're not going to have that issue.
So people that are facing the wall or the camera are now throwing or checking from the back of the ground, and people facing towards the mirror where the windows are up in the jack off, back like that. Any questions on that? Guards up. There's a lot of energy. Good work.
Let's see it fire. Hands, check, kick.
And time. Repeat position. See that anchor.
And turn face towards the partner, tight lock to the target. And turn back around, facing the front, deep breath. So as we continue on with our philosophy conversations, we're going to be talking about interaction, human interaction. And this week, talking about don't prejudge. Prejudging is when you look at somebody and based on appearance, you make a judgment of who that person is and what they're like. Right? And does it make any sense if I were to say, well, people with blue eyes are cool, blue eyes and blonde hair are the coolest people, but if you have brown hair and brown eyes, you're just not that cool. Would that make any sense at all? Right? It makes absolutely no sense. It would be kind of ridiculous to say people with blue eyes are cool, people with brown eyes are not. Right? What about hair color? You judge somebody based on hair color, skin color, religion, where they live, what they wear. Right? It would be foolish for you to judge people on that. Right? And I told the story this week when I was a kid. All my friends wore designer clothes. I did not. I wore very cheap clothes because that's what my parents could afford to buy me. And honestly, I was hard on my clothes. So why would they buy me nice clothes that I'm probably just going to put holes in and rip and tear anyway? And the same thing with sneakers. My friends all wore Nikes. I wore Traps. $10 sneakers from Kmart. Picture the cheapest sneakers you buy from Walmart. That's what I wore on my feet. All my friends were wearing name brand clothes and name brand sneakers. And I got made fun of because of it. But it was my situation that I was in. Right? Was it fair for them to judge me based on the clothes that I wear? Right? Is there any reflection of me whatsoever in those clothes when my parents are buying me clothes? Right? I pleaded with my mom to buy me nice jeans, and I was always shut down until I could buy my own. I literally, my first pair of Levi's I ever had, I think were ones that I paid for out of my own pocket. Right? And that was my situation. Same thing with like where somebody lives. Can you judge it on that? Right? Do any of you live in a house that you pay for? Right? Is that any measure of who you are as a person where you live? Right? So for somebody to say that, they live in Mallet Landing and somebody else lives down on Pleasant Street across from the library in those apartments, right? And say, I would never hang out with you, you live down in those apartments. I live in Mallet Landing, right? You're being extremely prejudiced thinking that way. The fact that you live in Mallet Landing has nothing to do with you at all, right? And the people that are living down on Pleasant Street, their parents are probably struggling every day to try and do what they can to provide for their family. Right? And meanwhile, you're going to judge their kids based on what their parents are doing, right? Does that make any kind of sense when you really think about it? It's literally one of the most ridiculous things you could probably think of, right? What do we want to judge people on? Rita? Right? Actions, will, behaviors, right? That's pretty much it, son. Personality, right, which is part of their actions and behavior. If you kind of group almost anything you judge them on, it's actions and behavior, right? Their choices they make in life, if somebody smokes, might you judge that person on that? Certainly, if you're ages, you should be judging them and saying, what is wrong with you, right? What's wrong with you at all? So, and sometimes you'll hear people say, well, you shouldn't judge people. I'm here to tell you that's exactly wrong. 100% wrong. You should totally judge people. How can you possibly pick your friends if you're not judging people? You can't, right? You're just going to end up with luck of the draw if you don't judge them, right? So you should prejudge people. Well, 100% you should judge them, but you judge them on behaviors and actions, not looks, appearance, where they live, what they live, right? Because you could lose an excellent opportunity to have a great friend just because they lived on the wrong side of the tracks, right? But they might be somebody that's super kind, they look out for people, they go out of their way to help you out. Isn't that a great friend? But just because they wore the wrong jeans, you're not going to hang out with them? It's kind of silly, right? And then the other side of things, too, would be, picture somebody that's super nice to you, but they're mean to a lot of other people, right? Keep in mind, what might they be saying about you behind your back, right? Every time I'm around Seth, I'm talking bad about my mom, right? What's to say that I'm not talking bad about him every time I'm hanging out with him? Right? So keep these things in mind and pay close attention. And then make sure also you're trying to be that same person, right? You want to try and think, instead of being prejudiced, you want to be open-minded, right? And accept people for who they are. Because somebody likes a different type of music, does that make them a bad person? Somebody may have totally different interests, right? It could be that, Mr. Kester enjoys doing something that I don't enjoy whatsoever. Maybe he loves mountain biking and I can't stand being outside of the mountain. And maybe he likes a certain type of music, and I can't stand that kind of music, right? And he likes to do certain fun things, and I like to do totally different fun things. Would it make sense at all for us to be friends? What do you think? We don't have any common interests. Would it make sense for us to be friends? Think about it. Answer the question, right? If you have no common interest with somebody, you're probably not going to have a lot of, friendship things. But does that make them a bad person? No, not at all, right? He could be the super nicest guy in the world. It's just that the things that we like to do are very different, right? Now, at the same time, you always hear opposites attract, and there's a chance that some of your friends like to do other things, and they may help you grow because they invite you to go do something and it expands your comfort zone a little bit, right? And you'll probably find that most of your friends, you like to do similar things. Do you guys agree? Right? You probably don't have many friends where they like to do everything that's totally opposite of you. It's just not how it works. You tend to, sameness attracts much more than opposites. Right? Opposites is what keeps things interesting, but it's typically just a little bit of opposites. It's going to hold into philosophy stuff right there. Key is don't prejudge. Do judge on actions and behavior. We're really trying to avoid the prejudge. And do we all prejudge from time to time? We all do it. But we just want to try and catch ourselves and realize that we're doing it so that we can have an open mind and understand. Make sense? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Make sense, Patrick?
Yes, sir.
Are you paying attention? Are you feet on the floor? Any relax hands? Oh, good job. Everybody relax hands. Loud and proud as a dedicated student of martial arts.
As a dedicated student of martial arts,
I will live by the principles of black belt.
I will live by the principles of black belt,
Modesty.
modesty,
Courtesy.
courtesy,
Integrity.
integrity,
Self-control.
self-control,
Perseverance.
perseverance,
And indomitable spirit.
and indomitable spirit.
What's the goal?
Black belt excellence, sir.
Beautiful stance. Position.
Seal.
Set. Courtesy. Out.
Impact martial arts.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome job, team. Thanks for hanging out and playing Zoom team. And
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.